Thank you for joining the practice. Today we will focus on variations on Vinyasa. We'll begin today in table pose. Establish this posture by stacking your shoulders over your wrists with a slight bend in your elbows. Lengthen your spine out and stack your hips right over your knees. Make sure that you feel your belly muscles engaging. Next, we lengthen into plank by coming up on our tiptoes and then rolling over our toes until we're balanced on the balls of our feet with heels stacked over them. Keep your feet in this position and then lower your knees at the same time gently down to the mat. Once more, feel your belly muscles engage as you keep your abdomen lifted, bending your elbows and lowering your chest to the mat. Now, release your hips to the mat and release your feet, remaining down on the ground for a moment. Keep your thighs and hips on the earth as you draw your shoulders backward and upward, lifting your chest. Be sure to keep your elbows bent as you rise. Bring your attention back to your core and draw it upward as you press your hips backward towards your heels, similar to child's pose. Gaze back towards your toes and tuck them under, once more gripping the mat just like we did in plank. Press backward with your knees and your heels, lengthening your legs to the back of the mat while keeping your spine extended. Press backward with your heels, calves, and thighs. Lift upward with your lower and upper abdomen, lengthening and maintaining this backward moving posture, downward dog. Now let's try those movements again a little more quickly. Establish table, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, core engaged. Come up and over your toes, lengthening into plank pose. As you breathe out, lower your knees, keeping your belly lifted, and bend your elbows to bring your chest to the earth. Release hips and feet. Draw your shoulders back and lift your spine, keeping your elbows bent in cobra pose. Draw your belly in and press your hips backward. Lengthen your spine as you tuck your toes under, and then lift your knees, pressing back through heels, calves, and thighs. Lift through your abdomen, lengthening your body backward. Now let's challenge ourselves. From your downward dog, pull forward, coming up onto your toes again into plank pose. Pull your body forward and balance on the very tips of your toes. Lift through your thighs and your belly and bend your elbows, slowly lowering your body down in one single move. In the same way as we did before, your thighs and hips remain on the earth. You draw your elbows and shoulders back and lift your chest off the ground, keeping your elbows bent as you rise into cobra. Once more, engage through your lower belly, lift your hips, and press them backward toward your heels. Tuck your toes under and press back, heels, calves, thighs, lengthening into down dog. Continue to press backward and lift upward through your belly, extending through your arms and pressing the front of the mat away. Now let's do it again more quickly. Pull your body forward again into plank pose, lifting through thighs and belly. Pull forward onto your tiptoes and bend your elbows to your sides, lowering in one single movement. Draw your shoulders backward, lifting your chest with thighs and hips on the earth. Press your hips backward, tuck your toes, and lengthen your legs, again returning to downward dog. Finally, we'll attempt the most challenging variation. Pull forward again into plank. Again, pull forward onto your tiptoes. Begin to lower down, squeezing your elbows to your sides and stopping with arms parallel to torso. Remain parallel to the earth and pull your body forward, up and over your toes. Now draw your shoulders backward and upward, lifting your chest while balancing on tops of feet and palms. Keep your elbows slightly bent. Your belly engages and lifts you up and back. Again, press back, heels, calves, thighs, hips. Draw your belly towards your spine and feel your weight moving towards your feet in downward dog. Let's go through it once again, more quickly. Pull forward into plank. Exhaling, pull forward onto tiptoes and lower down halfway. Pull forward over your toes and then open your chest, drawing shoulders back. Exhaling, belly to spine, heels, calves, and thighs to the back of the room. Belly engages. Now let's take a break. Pull forward into plank, up and over your toes, and down to your knees. Then press your hips back toward your heels, and pause in child's pose. Thank you for joining the practice. We look forward to sharing it with you in the studio. Namaste.